Hi, and welcome to Across the Desk. Well, we're wrapping up Banned Books Week, and we're going to discuss some of these books that have been banned by helicopter parent Christian Nationalists in school districts and public libraries, which tells you that they don't just want to keep these books away from their kids, they want to keep them away from your kids too. Telling you that Christian nationalism isn't so much about Christianity as it is about power and control. So, Banned Books Week. And there's several on the list, several that have been banned around the nation and banned in public libraries and school districts. That's what we're talking about here. Because what you'll hear from conservatives is that they're not banning books. We don't ban books. You can still buy them from the manufacturer, the publisher, or a bookstore. You can still buy them. We're not banning them. But it is a ban. It absolutely is. Whenever they go to meetings, whenever they try to pass laws that say that these books won't be available in public libraries, that these books will be off the shelves in public schools, it's absolutely a ban. They are banning them. Now, it's not a 100% ban because you can still get them, but it is a ban. They're banning them from certain areas. They absolutely are because they want to make it harder for you to read them, including adults. See, they want to make it harder for people to read them, not easier. Because see, libraries, if you get a library card, it's typically free. You can go there, get a library card, check out books for free. See, if you can do that, then you can easily get the materials that offend Christian nationalists. They want to make it harder for you to get. So that's why they've banned these books. And don't listen to people like Ryan Walters and Dan Isaac tell you it's about the porn. It's not about porn in schools or in our public library system. It has nothing to do with porn. This list of books I'm getting ready to go through, there's no porn anywhere within it. None. Like Charlotte's Web. Where's the porn in that? And that's not why they want that book banned. The reason why Charlotte's Web has been banned in certain school districts and public libraries is because of blasphemy. You see? Because you see, animals taking on human-like characteristics is akin to being an affront to God, the Christian God and the Christian religion. And these Christian fundies are offended by it, you see, because animals cannot take on human-like qualities. That's blasphemy. So therefore, Charlotte's Web is one of the banned books. Nothing to do with porn. Now, this is a common theme. Animals talking, like Animal Farm. Of course, they have other issues with it too, the socio and economic portions of it. There's some pretty heavy type instances and some violence in it too. But really, it's the talking animals that get to them the most. That's not all. Same thing with the Chronicles of Narnia. There we go, Chronicles of Narnia. Now, not only do you have talking animals in it, but you also have mysticism, spell use, stuff like that. And one of the biggest problems Christian nationalists have with it is Aslan, the lion in it. He's too Christ-like. But then again, C.S. Lewis was a devout Christian. He was a Christian scholar who wrote this book and was apt to put in things about his Christian faith, even if it was subtly, into his writings. And he did that with the Narnia series. He absolutely did. And so you have these ignorant Christian nationalists come in and try to ban it, which is crazy on its face, because here's a book that he uses this series of books as an allegory or a metaphor to his Christian faith and his Christian views, and it would help people to relate or understand the Christian faith better, but yet Christian nationalists had to ban it. And it's still banned in a few school districts and public libraries. Same thing with some others too. Wizard of Oz. There you go, Wizard of Oz. We have talking animals in it, as well as mysticism and spell use and everything else. Banned. So Christian fundies, Christian nationalists, have banned the Wizard of Oz as well, due to its, whimsical take. Oh, and good witches. There can't be any good witches. Wiccan is bad. If you're a Wiccan, you're evil. You shouldn't have a First Amendment right to be it. Which that's what this is all about, right? First Amendment. We're talking about the First Amendment here. We're talking about freedom of speech. We're talking about freedom of religion. And we're talking about freedom of association in some places too. So this is where Christian nationalism, Christian nationalists are these days. They want to ban these books, not just so that their kids may not read them, but so that your kids can't read them either. Because it might offend a Christian nationalist if you let your kid read one of these books that made a Christian look bad or made them look good, like in the case of the Chronicles of Narnia. So there you go. And out of these that I've asked so far, where's the porn? Where's the porn? It's nowhere to be found. There's no porn in any of these books. Same thing with Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh books have been banned in a few school districts across the nation. Why? Well, again, we have animals taking on human characteristics. And that's blasphemy against the Christian God, so it should be banned. Now, hey, things of other faiths and religions like Islam or Hindu, if it offends that, well, no, man, not only do we need to have those in schools and public libraries, we need to shove it in people's faces. Bacon. If you're a Muslim, we should lay bacon on your desk every day. Some Christians believe that. They've actually said this. I know it's quite disgusting, but this is where they're at in a lot of ways. So Banned Books Week. Going on down the list, now we've covered animals taking on human characteristics that Christians don't like. Now we'll take on another one. Race. Like, the life and times of Frederick Douglass. You've heard of Frederick Douglass. He was a famous black guy, statesman, and he has an autobiography about, his life as a black man through his point of view and the hardships he faced and everything else. Well, Christian nationalists don't like this. They don't like it because a lot of them are also white Christian nationalists as well, who are white power people. And this goes in with Ryan Walters too, as he did sit there on a meeting one day and gave the white power sign as he was in a meeting once because he was getting frustrated. So this goes in with that too. They don't want anything to make their Timmy feel uncomfortable. That's what this is about, right? Making conservative kids feel so uncomfortable because, as you would not know it, kids of conservatives seem to be fragile. And you hear this from their own parents who want to ban all these books that might make them feel uncomfortable, like Bluest Eye. Or, the Life and Times of Frederick Douglass, or Catcher in the Rye, or, To Kill a Mockingbird, because those have racist and racial undertones. Those actually speak to the experience of black people in the United States of America, and Christian nationalists, white nationalists, want to suppress that. So, and it's not so much about their kids not being able to read it, it's about your kids not being able to read it too. You see, because it is about ignorance in a way. They want to keep their kids ignorant. They want to keep you ignorant. They want to keep your kids ignorant because, like they say, the reason why they don't want anybody to learn this is because they definitely want to repeat the nasty things that are in some of these books. They want to repeat that. The public lynchings and the lynchings off bridges and everything else that was done to black people to suppress them, to suppress their rights and their freedoms, and put a check on any kind of power they may have, and to control it. That's where we're at. That's this whole thing, right? Christian nationalism. It's not so much about the Christian faith as it is about power and controlling others. That's what it's all about. It's all in that Project 2025 as well. There's another book, right? Manifesto that conservatives have created so that they can retain power no matter how small of a majority they may have in the United States of people that would agree with them. Because really, nearly 2/3 of people in the United States disagree with Project 2025 when they read it, and this includes Republicans too. This is also why, and Republicans aren't stupid, obviously. They see the polling on this. That's why they run from Project 2025. That's why they run from it. That's why you actually see conservative radicals say, oh, this is actually a liberal plan. Oh, this is a liberal plan. It's a liberal plan. And then they try to make it sound like it's a conservative. No. When you look at the authors, they're conservatives. They're Republicans. They absolutely are. So now they're trying to throw them under the bus because they see how unpopular it is with the rest of the people in the United States of America. It does not represent nearly, not even close, to a majority of the people in the United States of America, including this book banning stuff. Banned Books Weeks. Here we go. Huck Finn, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Why was it? Why? Well, because, you have a kid that's just disobeying people. He's disorderly. He's disobeying. He's a slob. And he has a black friend. Seriously. That's one of the reasons why The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is banned in school districts and libraries across the nation. That's not all. The Lord of the Rings has been banned too in places like Oklahoma. It is. It absolutely is. Because again, spell use, mysticism, whatever else. And the other thing that's crazy is, like C.S. Lewis, J.R. Tolkien, was a devout Christian as well, and there has some Christian undertones in it. And the funny thing is, Lewis and Tolkien were really good friends. They were alive at the same time. They were really good friends, went to a lot of the same social clubs, even went to the same book and literature clubs. They knew each other well. They did. So there you go. Lord of the Rings, banned in public schools, banned in public libraries because of the porn. No, there's no porn in it. There's no porn in Lord of the Rings. There's nothing like that in any of these books I'm talking about. There's absolutely zero porn in it. Like Alice in Wonderland. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is banned in schools and public libraries because, then again, here we go. Mysticism, spell use, blasphemy. The Adventures of Alice in Wonderland. Not porn. It's not porn. It isn't. I'm sure you might be able to find some parody that would be a porn. Maybe they did a porno based on Alice in Wonderland. Who knows? There probably is one out there. I don't know. I don't want links. But tell me, people, The Adventures of Alice in Wonderland, the actual book, not porn. It just makes a bunch of Christian fundies nervous. They see it as an affront to the religion. They are offended by it. Those who cannot be offended have been offended. And so now you and your kids can't have free, available access to these books. Can't have it. You got to go purchase them from a publisher somewhere if you can find it and have the money for that. So there's not a ban like conservatives want to say, but it is. It absolutely is a ban when you can't get it at a public library, you can't get it at a public school, because Christian Nationalist came in and said you can't have it. It's a ban, no matter what you think. No matter what you think, the Harry Potter books have been banned in public schools in Oklahoma. Certain districts you can't even get them. Nope, can't have it. Harry Potter books. Can't get Catcher in the Rye. Can't do that because of the racial undertones. Bluest Eye, again, racism. And the experience of the black community. And again, here we go. Diary of Anne Frank. There's another one. The Jewish experience. They don't like that one because, she talked about having a period. Hey, I had my first period in her diary. But, I'm a young woman, that things happen. People should be able to relate to that at that age. But again, Christians see that as an affront to their religion. Not anybody else's. Theirs. It's what it's all about. It's all about their religion, see? It's all about them taking the United States of America and the republic for which it stands and turning it into a theocracy with a caste system where politicians and religious leaders are at the top. Then you have military and police. Then you have business owners. Then you have the working class. And depending on where you reside on those tiers depends on how much freedoms, rights, and protection of law you get. There is no 14th Amendment in a tiered system. You don't have equal protection of the law. There is no First Amendment rights in a tiered system, except for the top. The top. The politicians and the religious leaders get all the rights, all the freedoms, and you don't. That's pretty much where we're at. That's pretty much what Banned Books Week is all about. Trying to make you aware of books Christian nationalists want to ban, keep you from reading because it offends them. Because some of these will make them look bad and others make them look good. So there you have it, right? Banned Books Week. Right there. this week on Across the Desk, talking about all these banned books Christian Nationalists want to take off the shelves, and none of them, zero, have to do with porn. This is Across the Desk, and we'll see you next week.